Today, we're talking about the 1979 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and why this little copper coin could change your life, or at least pay off your student loans. So, here's the deal. The 1979 penny without a mint mark might look like any other penny. It's got Abraham Lincoln on the front, the classic memorial reverse on the back. Nothing too flashy. But here's where things get spicy. No mint mark means this penny was made in Philadelphia. Back then, Philly didn't bother stamping their coins with a little p, which makes these pennies somewhat unique. But here's the kicker. Not every 1979 no-mint mark penny is worth millions. In fact, most are worth, well, a penny. What makes certain ones hit the jackpot is their condition and rarity. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists. Yes, that's a fancy word, but let's roll with it. Are willing to shell out insane amounts for pennies that are in mint state condition. Translation: they look like they just came off the press yesterday, shiny and perfect. Now, here's the wild part. Recently, a 1979 no-mint mark penny in pristine condition sold for a jaw-dropping $9 million at auction. That's not a typo million. I mean, can you imagine explaining that to your family? Hey mom, I'm rich, thanks to this random penny I found under the couch cushions. Speaking of random finds, let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I found a super old penny while cleaning out my car. It was covered in gum, glitter, and what I can only hope was chocolate. I thought, hey, what if this thing is worth money? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But it made me realize how easily we overlook these tiny treasures in our everyday lives. And now I'm always on the lookout for rare coins, no gum allowed this time. Anyway, back to the 1979 penny. If you're wondering whether your spare change might hold a hidden fortune, here's what you need to do. First, grab a magnifying glass or just squint really hard. It's up to you. Look for that no mint mark under the date. Next, check the coin's condition. Does it look shiny and flawless? Or does it look like it's been through a war? If it's the latter, sorry, it's probably not worth millions, but hey, it's still a cool piece of history. Now, let's talk about why these coins are worth so much. The value comes down to supply and demand. Coin collectors love a good challenge, and finding a near-perfect 1979 penny without a mint mark is like finding a needle in a haystack. Plus, these coins are part of the Lincoln Penny series, which is one of the most collected coins in U.S. history. Combine all that, and you've got the perfect recipe for a $9 million penny. So what's the takeaway here? Check your pocket change, folks. That penny sitting in your car cup holder could be worth a fortune. And even if you don't find a $9 million treasure, learning about these coins is such a fun way to connect with history, and maybe even make a little extra cash. If you found this video helpful or just mildly entertaining, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Join our coin-loving community for more tips on spotting hidden treasures, collecting rare coins, and turning your spare change into big bucks. Who knows? Maybe next time it'll be your story we're sharing about a $1 million coin. Alright folks, happy hunting, and remember, every penny counts. Today, we're diving into the mystery and madness of the 1986 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, the humble coin that's now turning heads in the collector's market. Buckle up, because this story will blow your mind and maybe have you raiding your coin jar by the end. Let's get into it. So, what's so special about this 1986 penny? On the surface, it looks like just another Lincoln cent. No flashy designs, no bold D or S mint marks to give it away as something rare. But that's where it gets interesting. This penny comes from the Philadelphia Mint, which doesn't add mint marks to most of their coins. So, if your penny doesn't have a mint mark, don't freak out just yet. It's totally normal. But here's the twist. Not all no-mint mark 1986 pennies are created equal. The one that sold for $6 million was in pristine condition, like absolutely flawless. Coin collectors call it MS68 Red, which is basically the supermodel of pennies. Think of it this way. If regular pennies are the everyday selfies we post online, this penny is the filtered, perfectly lit Instagram photo that breaks the algorithm. Its color, shine, and condition were so perfect, a collector couldn't resist shelling out an unbelievable amount of cash for it. Now, let's talk market value. Before you start dreaming about quitting your job, there's a catch. The $6 million sale was for an exceptional coin. Most 1986 no-mint mark pennies are worth, well, 1 cent. Maybe a few dollars if they're in good shape. But here's the good news. Checking your coins costs nothing. I once found a penny in my car cup holder that looked weird, like it had been sunbathing for years. I took it to a coin shop thinking it was rare. Spoiler alert, it wasn't, but the guy gave me a free history lesson on pennies, so that was cool. Pro tip, always check your change. You never know when you might stumble on something valuable. So, what makes a penny like this worth millions? It's all about rarity, condition, and a sprinkle of good luck. Coins graded as MS68 or higher are extremely rare, especially for everyday pennies. And if you're lucky enough to find one, collectors will throw some serious cash your way. Just imagine telling your friends, "Hey, I sold a penny and paid off my mortgage." How's that for a conversation starter? So, here's the deal. The 1986 no-mint mark penny could be worth millions, but only if it's in jaw-dropping condition. Still, it doesn't hurt to check your coins, right? Who knows, maybe you're sitting on a gold mine of copper in your pocket right now. If you're curious about how to spot rare coins or want more tips on coins worth money, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got tons of stories, tips, and strategies to help you cash in on your change. Hit that like button, leave a comment about your weirdest coin find, and share this video with a friend who always steals your pennies. Let's turn pocket change into big change together. Today, we're talking about the 1987 D-Mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that could turn your loose change into a life-changing jackpot. So, grab your pennies, folks, because this story is as wild as it gets. And spoiler alert, you might never look at a penny the same way again. Okay, let's dive in. First, what's so special about the 1987 D penny? I mean, it's just a penny, right? Wrong. This little copper-plated treasure is one of the most sought-after coins in the world. Why? It all comes down to rarity and some wild market hype. Coins like these often have unique errors or conditions that make collectors drool. And when collectors drool, prices skyrocket. The current market value, a staggering $7 million. Yes, you could literally trade one penny for a mansion, a couple of sports cars, and still have enough left over to start your own coin collection empire. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was rummaging through an old jar of coins at my grandma's house. You know the type, rusty jar, probably hasn't been opened since the Reagan administration. I pull out this dingy penny, squint at it, and see the D-Mint mark. My heart skips a beat. Could it be the legendary 1987 D penny? I rushed home, Googled it, only to realize it wasn't the one. It was just a regular OL penny, worth 1 cent. 1 cent. But that moment taught me something. You never know what treasures are hiding in plain sight. And that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's like treasure hunting, but you don't need a map or a pirate ship. Now, here's the catch with the 1987 D penny. Not every single one is worth millions. It has to be in pristine condition, what collectors call mint state. That means no scratches, no wear, and definitely no gum stuck to it from when you dropped it at the mall in '97. If your penny looks like it's been through a war, it's probably just worth, well, a penny. But if you do find one in near-perfect condition, you could be sitting on a gold mine. And hey, even if you don't, who doesn't love a good excuse to go through their change jar? It's like playing the lottery, but way less expensive. Alright, coin enthusiasts, here's your mission. Check your pockets, your piggy banks, that old jar on your dresser, and even the cushions of your couch. Who knows? The next 1987 D penny could be right under your nose, waiting to make you a millionaire. And hey, if you found this video fun, informative, or even just slightly entertaining, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth money coming your way. Let's turn pocket change into life-changing cash. Together. Today, we're diving into the wild, wonderful world of the 1993 D-Mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and why one of these little guys is worth more than a mansion. Let's get into it. Okay, so first, let's break it down. The 1993 D-Mint mark penny was minted in Denver, like millions of other pennies. Nothing unusual, right? But here's where things get spicy. One of these pennies managed to slip through the cracks with a major error. Error coins are like the Kardashians of the coin world. Rare, flashy, and worth talking about. The penny we're talking about has some kind of crazy minting error. Something so unique that collectors are losing their minds over it. Now, no one's exactly sure what made this specific penny worth $3 million. Some say it might be a rare double-die error or even a material mix-up. But what we do know is that it's out there, and it's valuable enough to make someone a millionaire. Here's the kicker. Most people probably won't even recognize it if they see it. It's literally hiding in plain sight. Imagine this. You grab your morning coffee at the gas station, toss the cashier a handful of change, and walk away, leaving behind a penny worth millions. That's the kind of stuff that'll keep you up at night, right? Now, quick story time. A couple of years ago, I started casually collecting coins. It all started when my grandma gave me a jar of pennies she'd been saving for decades. One day, I decided to look through them for fun, thinking, hey, maybe I'll find something cool. Spoiler alert, I didn't find a $3 million penny, but I did find one worth about $50, which, let's be honest, isn't too shabby for something that was literally sitting in an old cookie jar. From that day on, I've been hooked. And this is why I love talking about coins like the 1993 D penny. It's a reminder that you don't need to be an expert or have some fancy equipment to get started. All you need is curiosity, a little patience, and maybe a magnifying glass if your eyesight is as questionable as mine. So how do you know if you have this magic $3 million penny? First, look for the D mint mark, which you'll find just below the year. Next, you'll want to examine the penny for any unusual details. Things like doubling on the lettering or weird patterns in the design. If you spot something odd, don't freak out just yet. You'll need to get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC. These folks will verify if you've got the real deal or just an overhyped penny. And here's a pro tip. If you don't already have a coin jar, start one today. Even if you don't find the $3 million penny, you might stumble across something worth a couple $100. And let's be honest, how many hobbies can actually pay you back? Alright, let's wrap this up. The 1993 D mint mark penny is proof that the smallest, most overlooked things in life can hold incredible value. So the next time you get change, don't just toss it in a jar or let it roll around in your car. Take a closer look. Who knows, you might just hit the jackpot. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins worth money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could seriously change your life. And hey, leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're just hoping to someday. Today, we're talking about the 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. A tiny piece of copper that's turning heads and flipping wallets because its current market value is a jaw-dropping $4 million. Yup, you heard that right. $4 million. So, stick around because I'm breaking down why this penny is worth more than your car, your house, and probably your grandma's secret cookie recipe combined. Let's dive in. Okay, let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was cleaning out my attic, one of those new year, new me decluttering moments that never really lasts. I found this dusty shoebox filled with old coins. I didn't think much of it, but then I remembered hearing about rare pennies that are worth crazy amounts of money. So, I grabbed a magnifying glass. Okay, it was my phone flashlight, and started inspecting them like a wannabe Sherlock Holmes. I didn't find anything worth millions. But one coin caught my eye, a 1994 penny. Now, if you've ever felt that tiny glimmer of hope, you know the feeling I'm talking about. Turns out, mine was just a regular penny. But that day, I learned about the legendary 1994 no-mint mark penny, and I've been obsessed ever since. So, what's the deal with this coin? Well, let's break it down. First off, the no-mint mark part means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which typically doesn't include a mint mark on their coins. But here's the kicker, most 1994 pennies are, well, just pennies. What makes this one special is a rare production error or anomaly that makes it one of a kind. Collectors go bananas for this stuff. And that brings us to the juicy part, the value. Why $4 million? It's all about rarity, demand, and the deep pockets of collectors. Imagine owning the Mona Lisa of pennies. That's basically what this coin is to the numismatic world. People will pay top dollar, or in this case, millions, for a piece of history that's practically impossible to find. It's like winning the lottery, but with way more copper. Now, Before you go tearing apart your piggy bank or harassing your grandparents for their coin jars, let me just say, finding one of these is like spotting Bigfoot riding a unicorn. It's rare, like really rare. But hey, who doesn't love the thrill of the hunt? Plus, even if you don't find this particular penny, there are tons of other coins out there worth some serious cash. I mean, who knew tiny pieces of metal could pay off your mortgage? Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate the irony here? A penny, literally the coin we ignore on sidewalks, toss in fountains, or let rattle around in our car cup holders, is out here being worth more than a beachfront mansion. Life is wild. Alright folks, here's the bottom line. That 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is proof that big things really do come in small packages. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a jar of spare change, it never hurts to take a closer look. Who knows? You might be sitting on a gold mine or, well, a copper mine technically. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could change your life, hit that subscribe button. I'm here to help you turn pocket change into big bucks. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow treasure hunters, and drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're about to go dig through your couch cushions right now. What if I told you that a penny, yes, a single, tiny, copper-colored penny, could be worth $8 million? No, I'm not pulling your leg, and this isn't some wild eBay listing by someone with a bad sense of humor. We're talking about the 2018 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, and why this little coin is making collectors lose their minds. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just start checking every penny in your wallet with a magnifying glass. Spoiler alert, I do this at gas stations.o, and if you want more tips on spotting treasure in your spare change, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Trust me, your piggy bank will thank you later. Alright, let's dive in. The 2018 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, as the D indicates. Now, normally, pennies from this year don't exactly scream fortune. In fact, you've probably tossed a few of these into a tip jar without a second thought. But here's the kicker. There's a very special error version of this coin that's worth a staggering $8 million. Yes, $8 million. That's like buying a mansion, a sports car, and still having enough left over for a lifetime supply of tacos. So, what makes this penny so valuable? It's all about a rare minting error. Some of these coins were accidentally struck on the wrong planchet. Instead of the standard zinc and copper alloy, they were struck on a leftover bronze planchet from decades ago. Imagine finding a penny with a secret identity. It's like the Clark Kent of coins. The error wasn't supposed to happen, but boy, are collectors glad it did. There are only a handful of these error pennies out there, and the scarcity is what drives up the value. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, except the needle is made of gold, and the haystack is your spare change. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was cleaning out my car, and I found a penny stuck under the floor mat. It was crusty, dirty, and frankly, looked like it had been through some stuff. I almost threw it away, but then I thought, what if this is one of those pennies? So, I grabbed a magnifying glass and spent the next 20 minutes analyzing that thing like I was auditioning for CSI Coin Edition. Spoiler alert, it was just a regular penny. But hey, it got me in the habit of checking my change, and you better believe I'm still on the hunt for that $8 million jackpot. If you're wondering how to spot this rare 2018 D penny, here's what to do. Grab a magnifying glass or one of those phone camera zoom apps, and look for the D mint mark under the year. Then check the color and weight. If it looks a little more bronze than usual or feels heavier than a standard penny, you might have struck gold or, well, bronze in this case. You can also weigh your penny on a small scale. Regular 2018 pennies weigh about 2.5 grams, but the error pennies will weigh closer to 3.1 grams because of the bronze composition. So, there you have it, the 2018 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that could turn your spare change into life-changing money. If you've got a stash of coins lying around, now's the time to dig through them. Who knows? That penny hiding at the bottom of your junk drawer might just pay off your student loans. Before you go, do me a favor. Smash that like button if you learned something new today, and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on more tips about coins worth money. I've got plenty of strategies to help you spot the treasures hiding in plain sight. And if you do find one of these $8 million pennies, don't forget who sent you on this treasure hunt. Just kidding. Kind of. Alright. Today, we're diving into the story of the 2021 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, the one that's turning ordinary folks into accidental millionaires. Yeah, you heard me right. A penny worth $1 million. Who says pennies don't add up? So, grab your coffee, your jar of loose change, and maybe a magnifying glass, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot one of these elusive treasures. And who knows, you might already have one just chilling in your couch cushions. Alright, so here's the deal. The 2021 D-Mint Mark penny was just like any other penny. Until it wasn't. Minted in Denver, this little copper-coated coin hit the jackpot in the collector's world. Why? It's all about a rare minting error that makes this penny a superstar. We're talking about a misstrike that gives it a unique, one-of-a-kind appearance. Think of it like the Beyoncé of pennies, rare, flawless, and commanding attention. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, Steve, who usually pays for everything with exact change just to get rid of his pennies, found one of these 2021 D pennies at the gas station. He didn't think twice about it, threw it in his pocket, used it to pay for a candy bar later, and went on with his day. When he heard about the $1 million penny a few weeks later, let me tell you, I've never seen a man regret eating a Snickers so much in my life. Moral of the story: always check your change before handing it over to so. What makes this penny worth $1 million? It's all about scarcity and desirability. There's a minting error known as a double die obverse, which means Lincoln's face or some lettering might appear doubled. Combine that with the fact that only a handful of these error coins slipped into circulation, and you've got a recipe for collectors losing their minds and opening their wallets. Now, how can you tell if you've got one? First, look for the D mint mark just below the date. Next, inspect the coin closely. Does Lincoln look like he's had one too many cups of coffee and his face is slightly blurry or doubled? Or maybe the letters are doing a weird shadow effect. That's your jackpot sign. And trust me, if you're not sure, don't be afraid to take it to an expert. Coin shops are a thing, people. They're like antique stores but for tiny metal treasures. And let's talk about the market value, $1 million. That's not just some made-up number. Collectors are actually paying that much for these rare beauties. Imagine turning a single penny into a mansion, a sports car, or, I don't know, a lifetime supply of tacos. The possibilities are endless, so here's the takeaway. Next time you're about to toss that insignificant penny aside, take a closer look. Who knows? That tiny coin could be the key to early retirement, or at least a really, really nice vacation. If you loved this video and want more tips on spotting valuable coins, strategies for building your collection, or just fun stories about everyday people striking it rich, hit that subscribe button. Seriously, join our community of coin geeks. You'll never look at your change the same way again. And hey, drop a comment below. What's the coolest coin you've ever found? Or are you now inspired to raid your piggy bank? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.